Peter was quiet. He liked to read. We had a small family. My son Peter was the youngest, and his sister Martha, about 3 years older. He went to Purdue for college because that's where his sister went.
When he was in Purdue, he studied anthropology, which is the study of people, so he was very observant and he could read people very, very well.
And that's why he really liked the police work, because he could exercise his interest in anthropology. He was on his shift, and they got a call from a tow truck driver. And the tow truck driver was in a neighborhood street and said there was a dead man in the middle of the street. So Peter drove over there in his car, and he was coming in to park. And he was almost stopped. I'm sure he was almost getting ready to get out of his vehicle. He was bringing it to a stop. And he was looking, I'm sure, at the tow truck driver because the guy was standing in front of him. And an ambulance broadsided him and hit him and bounced him around inside the police car. So then he was in the hospital for 2 weeks, slowly dying.
There's a big emptiness that can never be filled. I miss him every day. I miss being able to go, hey, it's the little things. Hey, do you remember when such and such happened? Or, Mom or Dad's birthday's coming up. What do you think we should do? My children do know who their Uncle Peter was, and I talk about him because he's never gone as long as you keep him alive in your heart. And I wear this every day. I haven't missed a day in it'll be 5 years this August, but I have worn this every day. And it's an exact replica of his badge with his name and his end of watch date. The Police Benevolent Foundation was right there on the spot telling me that I was his beneficiary, gave me a packet of information on how to handle a claim and how to handle dealing with the state of Georgia, and even letting me know of other benefits that were out there as a family member of a fallen officer. And the response time was amazing. And it was so helpful because during that time, because my brother did live for a period of time, there was probably a month in there where I didn't work, and I was responsible for taking care of him for that 2 full weeks. Basically, he was in the hospital before he passed, and then afterward, because it was left up to me to handle because my parents really were so devastated.
After Peter's passing, the foundation stepped in to help us monetarily, and we were able to have a proper funeral for Peter, what our expenses were, because we all had lost 2 weeks of work. It was very hard to meet bills and so on after the whole situation started to settle down. And of course, we were so grief-stricken, even after the 2 weeks in the hospital, it was still weeks before our lives were able to go back to normal and back to regular employment. It took over 4 years for Peter's money to come from the federal government. And that's in comparison to the foundation, which is more closely tied to the police officers, and their help comes more rapidly with none of this huge amount of paperwork and people to go through and so on.
I really wish people knew how much he enjoyed being a police officer. Putting on his uniform and his badge every day was not a chore for him. He enjoyed every minute of it.
Peter needs to be remembered for his caring for people. I mean, he really did care about other people, and he really enjoyed being a police officer and being on the action. He wanted to be right there to help people straighten out their lives, to protect them. So he was a very warm-hearted person.